Welcome, everyone, to another podcast. Today we have special singer songwriter Andy Carr. He's based in Llanrwst, North Wales,
That was
originally
good.
from originally from Matlock, Derbyshire. His music blends heartfelt lyrics with acoustic driven melodies, often reflecting themes of love, introspection, and everyday life. He's an independent artist with a growing presence on YouTube where he shares original songs like My Valentine, Settle No Score, and Coming Home. His style leans into acoustic folk pop, and he's known for his finger picking guitar work and raw, honest vocals. Whether performing solo or part of a group, Andy brings a grounded, soulful energy to his music. Songs he wrote, for instance, Settle No Score, which has a reflective, emotionally rich acoustic piece, and additional songs and demos can be found on his SoundCloud profile, where he shares a mix of originals and possibly live or unreleased material. Welcome to the show, Andy Carr. I really
That's
appreciate you being here.
brilliant. Thank you for having me, Chris.
You're very welcome. Uh, so, um, let's go back to the beginnings with your life in Matlock, Derbyshire, or
Yeah,
Liverpool, as you mentioned, to your life
yeah,
now in Llanrwst, North Wales. Why did you
yeah.
choose to be a musician?
I think I started. My uncle bought me a guitar when I was fairly young, but he decided to not give me any strings with it. So I don't know. I don't know if he was trying to tell me something there. But yeah, my mum kindly got me some strings for the guitar, and then yeah, the rest was history. And we've always
Imagine
had
if
in my mum's house, in my grandparents' house, there was
Mhm.
always a piano. So I guess I started on the piano, but then yeah, fell in love with the guitar and singing.
So do you play both at this time, piano and guitar? Or do you
Yeah,
just
I
stick with
play
the
a
bass?
little bit of piano. I play piano on one of my songs, "Money Is My Fool," and on the song I released today called "Memories." On the front cover of the single is a photo of me sat at a piano when I was I'd say about 2 years old. So yeah, music was in the blood from the beginning.
Do you have any siblings that were into music, or was it just you?
I have one sister. Yeah, yeah. She likes the music and she played the piano a bit, but yeah, probably not as passionate about music as myself.
So what inspired your first original song?
My first original song, so that would be years ago. I think I've not got it recorded, but I was in a band in school, and the first song was called "Hitchhikers,"
Mm.
and it was about people maybe hanging on, coming along for the ride, taking advantage out of you. But that was my first song, and I was probably in that band. I was about 13, and I wasn't the singer. I wrote the songs, but I played the guitar, and somebody else sang the songs.
Yeah, I've heard your music, and especially "This Is Heaven," and I'd be very interested in asking you. So, if someone comes up to you and says, "I love your music, but I can't really fit it in a genre," how would you describe your sound in 3 words?
That is an incredibly hard question. I've been trying to, I would say, folk, probably because I don't really use electric instruments apart from a bass. So I'd
Oh.
say folk, alternative, and indie. But it's very hard to, because there's so many genres and subgenres to put a genre on yourself. But yeah, so folk, indie, alternative.
So, do you have any artists in mind that you think might have influenced your songwriting the most?
I don't know. Um, Probably my favorite band is The Who, and I'm
Mm.
nothing like The Who. But The Who, I've seen them 3 times. So I think my dad
Wow.
introduced me to The Who, and I saw them for the first time with him. Um, but they do some more acoustic things like Behind Blue Eyes.
Hmm.
Um, I love Tom Petty, but I never choose to try and emulate someone, or I was maybe influenced by these people, and just in the undercurrent, they might come through in my songs.
Hmm.
But I don't. David Gray. Do you get?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him recently in Llandudno. So me and my wife went to see him, and it was
My favorite
amazing.
song is "Please Forgive Me." Is one of my
Please forgive
favorite
me.
songs.
This
Wonderful.
year's love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So I guess, and
Babylon.
he was when I was starting out, and there weren't a lot of singer-songwriters at that time. I mean, obviously Ed Sheeran's massive now, but David
Hmm.
Gray was probably who I'd look up to, who I
Hmm.
aspired to be like. But yeah, lots of I love my music, and I I used to read a lot of books about music, and I always watch documentaries. Like, so yeah, so many different people. I love like Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac. I think that their stuff's fantastic. And Dire Straits, are they big in Canada?
Yeah, we really love our Mark Knopfler. So
Yeah.
he's got some great solo work.
I particularly like some of his instrumentals as well. Have you seen the film Local Hero?
No, I haven't yet.
The soundtrack to that is phenomenal. It's set in Scotland, but you can really, after watching the film, you can picture it. And but yeah, so they're probably my main influences.
Let me ask you. You said that you went to see the Who, or do you mean like actually were there when the Who was playing?
Yeah, I've seen. Well, yeah, I was in the audience. Yeah, but I've seen them 3 times now.
So
I
was
think
that
they're on their
was
final
that
tour now.
was that before John Entwistle or after?
No, no, sadly after John Entwistle. But
Oh,
I used to listen to them when John Entwistle was still alive. But yeah,
yeah, that's too bad. But you hear
yeah,
what happened with?
phenomenal bass player, incredible
Yeah, you
musician.
hear the news about Roger Daltrey?
What's that news?
Oh, remember he played Pinball Wizard. He played the deaf, dumb, and blind kid.
Oh yeah, in Tommy, yeah.
Yeah, he came out and said that he's becoming deaf and blind.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Yeah, so he was kind of
No, I've
like
not heard him announce that. I know
playing
Pete
on that.
Townsend's been pretty much deaf for years.
Yeah, Pete Townsend's another issue, but I like some of his solo work. But the Who, I was never into the Who. I was more into like maybe a little bit of Pink Floyd,
Yeah, yeah, I
maybe
like Pink Floyd.
Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah,
Uh,
Fleetwood Mac, phenomenal. The songwriting and the
yeah.
chemistry.
Do you mind me asking, before we go on, where did you see the Who? Where were they playing at that time?
So it was all in the UK. The first time was in Liverpool. That was in 2003. I only know that because I have a T-shirt. The second time was in Nottingham. So that's another place not far from Derbyshire. And the last time was in Wembley. And we were about 5 rows from the front. So it was phenomenal.
I know this is a stupid question, and please bear with me. Is Nottingham and Notting Hill within distance, or are they too
Oh
far from
no, the
each?
difference. So Nottingham, the most famous person from Nottingham is Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Notting Hill is an area in London. So Nottingham's probably three hour drive away, which is
Wow.
massive in the UK, but probably not as far in Canada.
Yeah, because my favorite movie is Notting Hill with Hugh Grant and
Yeah.
Julia Roberts, and I always wanted to know if Notting Hill actually looked like that. Did they actually film it
I
there?
think it does, yeah. I think a lot was filmed on location. And
That's
that
awesome.
there's a Welshman in that as well, the Rhys Evans, who plays Spike. His
Yeah,
Hugh Grant's flatmate.
yeah. Wow. So I really love This Is Heaven and Coming Home, but Memories. Oh wow. What is your favorite lyric you've ever written?
Oh, that's a hard one. You put me on the spot there.
Yeah.
Um,
I like to
I
deep
think
dive,
I've not
like
recorded it yet. I've not finished the
mhm,
song. So if I said it now, if somebody steals it, we've got this
mhm,
recorded.
that's fine.
Um, there's a song I've played around with for possibly 20 years. I've never been able to finish it. But part of the chorus goes, if I touch the sky again, I'll hold on until it's clear. I'll take all those rainy days and save them for another year because we've had our fair share of weather and I don't want it to rain on you. I've always
Wow.
liked that, but I've never been able to finish the song as a whole.
Wow, that's beautiful.
But I am a lyrics man, a words man. I love, and I've got so many unreleased songs, and I just need to get in the studio and keep releasing them. I'm releasing
That-
one song roughly every month at the moment. So
That's very interesting, Andy. That's very interesting. Uh, I know you've just quoted your favorite lyric, but when you said you like writing songs and you're a lyricist and all this, do you mind me asking, do you write lyrics or melodies first?
it completely varies. So quite often when I'm at work or just in day to day life, if a lyric comes to me, I just write it down as quick as I can. And in my phone, I have got so many lyrics. So then when I come
Wow.
to write a song, I've got lyrics I can fall back on. But as a whole song, it's probably the chords. Probably, yeah. So I'll get in a groove with the chords, and then the melody will come to me, and then as a starting point, and then it could change.
Yeah. I've heard some
I
people
know
saying,
my favorite line
oh,
of any song that somebody else has written. I love one of my favorite songs of all time is Don Henley, "Boys of Summer," and I
oh,
just love the line. Uh, uh, you can't look back, you can never look back. Deadhead sticker on a Cadillac. I just it's that's my favorite line in any other person's song.
you've heard of Queen, right? Bohemian
Yeah,
Rhapsody.
yeah, yeah,
One of the first lines is this the real life, is this just fantasy? And then it
yeah,
goes on to Mama, I killed a man. I'm like,
yeah,
what? So
yeah,
from
yeah.
real life to fantasy and then killed a man? Like what's going on there?
And it's like operatic, and
Yeah.
I can't think how long it is. It 6 minutes long or something? But
Yeah, something like
they
that. Yeah.
wanted to cut it down for radio, and there's no
Yeah.
way you can cut that song down.
Wow. I wish you were in my town because we have the Metalworks here, which
Yeah,
is a recording studio, and Prince, um, Nelly Furtado, you name it, recorded albums there. In fact,
yeah,
Prince recorded Musicology there. So whenever you go for a nice little tour there, they're mentioning about, oh, how that Freddie Mercury and Brian May and all them of Queen, they
yeah,
provided them the Bohemian Rhapsody, each component,
yeah,
and the guy on the big recording studio would have you listen to everything to the beautiful vocals of Freddie Mercury alone. He'd
yeah,
separate the other parts of the music, so you hear six or seven parts. I said, "This is Brian May singing," and then he put it
yeah.
all together by putting the levers down. It was
That would
amazing.
be amazing.
It was
And
amazing.
Freddie was such a showman, but he loved
Yeah,
being in the studio from what
yeah,
I've seen in documentaries, and he was an absolute genius.
yeah. Um, Yeah, it's like, okay, so what's the song process and story behind My Valentine? Now, here's a song breakdown. I know
Yeah,
the track showcases your signature acoustic style with heartfelt lyrics and simple evocative melodies. It's a love song,
yeah,
but not just in the conventional sense. It feels like a quiet moment captured, an ode to someone who brings calm, warmth,
yeah.
and grounding in the chaos of life with delicate finger picking and soft, soulful vocals. You paint a picture of vulnerability and deep affection. Now, tell me about the intimate, tender, and honest tone of the song. Where did that
Okay.
come from?
So this song is the first song that I wrote for my wife.
Mm,
Me and my wife, Susan, we've both been married before, and the marriages didn't work out for whatever reason.
mm.
And this song came to me so fast. I probably wrote the chords and the words and the structure probably in about 30 minutes, and I
Wow.
recorded it straight away on my phone and sent it to her. And then but yeah, see, our new relationship at that time, so it's kind of sorry, it's hard to explain, but yeah, so it's about a new relationship and not wanting to make the same mistakes or fall into the same traps as you have done
Mhm.
in previous relationships. I'd say that's yeah. So it's yeah, it's about a new relationship, and looking back slightly, but mainly looking forward to life together.
So do
If
you
that makes
believe that?
sense.
Yeah, do you believe that all songs and music are a result of an experience? Like, for instance,
Um,
tell me what the experience you had in your life. Wake up drunk.
yeah, that that one is yeah. I'd say
What is
every
it
song
now? Tell me the truth.
that is an old song as well.
Say it
But yeah,
again.
I could probably tell you about that. But I'd say every song either directly or inadvertently is from a life experience. But then there's sometimes the words will just come to you. Like you'll
Mhm.
hear professional musicians or authors, and they say they just like pluck lyrics out of the ether.
Mm.
And yes, sometimes it's like that. But I think, yeah, especially with people's earlier material, like a first book would be very autobiographical. But yeah, I'd say, yeah, I can tell you about Wake Up Drunk, but I think I could have written that song a thousand times over.
Yeah. Well, I know that my Valentine, which you wrote for your wife, the instrumentation, the mostly acoustic guitar with light backing, stripped down to emotional spotlight, and your
Yeah,
themes are devotion, appreciation, and the beauty of everyday love. And the lyrics, a sweet line like what you have in there, "You are the rhythm my heartbeat follows."
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that captures the vibe.
yeah.
Wow. So,
Thank you, man.
so your wife is the rhythm, who is your heartbeat that follows. Is that what it means? Like, explain
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. And it's like also the song I recorded it. So it was just in a friend's house, and we recorded it in one take, and it wasn't layered. So it was essentially a live recording. I was playing the
Mhm.
guitar and the vocals, cramped up in this little bedroom with microphones everywhere. But yeah, it was one take. So it's like a live recording. And
I can
I did
imagine.
6
Wow.
songs in that recording session, and I've released 2 of them.
It must be cool to hang out with you, Andy, and just see how you do everything. I'd be like, wow, this is cool. I love it. It's
I'm
amazing.
doing the next things I'm going to record. I'm going to be more layered, and but Susan, my wife, keeps saying like it's when you play a song, it's just guitar and voice. It's so raw. You can't really get a purer form of music. But I'm like, no, I want to have bass on it and like, drums, and I'm going to have 17 guitars. And but I do want to on my next few recordings, I want to have them a bit more like what you'd probably hear on the radio. Because my style is probably not that popular, that common. Just with the guitar and vocals. I mean, it was years ago when Bob Dylan, before he got called Judas. but but yeah, maybe I want to become Judas next. But
Wow. So does I assume Susan loves your music?
she loves, yeah, she's very passionate about music, and her music's in her blood as well. So her dad was a drummer.
Oh wow.
Um, and I bought her a triangle, so we can't afford a drum kit. We can't fit a drum kit in the house. But yeah, she's got a triangle, so we're starting small, and then we'll move on. But she's head of security as well, so
Nice.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I
Um,
think nobody would argue with it.
is she sorry, not is she. Yeah, yeah. Is
Yeah,
she like the type of person to say, okay, I don't like that lyric, or I don't like that part of the melody, or that doesn't sound good? Or
yeah.
is she like, I love it. I like everything you write, you know?
Yeah, maybe the latter, but I do say to her, I say, yeah, what do you think? Yeah, she does always love it, but maybe I could do with it being a bit more critical in a constructive manner. But yeah, no, normally, yeah, she likes everything I play, and I've
How
written
about
her probably about 8 songs now, not all recorded, but yeah, and she likes having her little private gigs in the house.
how about your stepdaughter? Does she like the
JC. So
music?
I've got Susan's got 3 children.
Okay.
So yeah, JC's the youngest. She lives with us, and then there's an elder daughter, Jodie, and Jordan. He's the eldest. He's the son. But yeah, JC loves some music, and me and her can have really in-depth conversations, and she's really into the Beatles at the moment. And she could
Wow.
tell you everything about the Beatles. And in her school, they've just started to do a topic on the Beatles, and she's like, she knows more than the teacher. And I'm like, don't, just hold it back a little bit. But yeah, she loves her music, and she introduces me to music as well.
JC. Okay, so let's say JC and Susan and you are just enjoying the time in the living room, and you're strumming on your guitar, and they're all listening and eating popcorn. So I love this, Dad. I love this, Andy. And
Oh,
suddenly, and then you get this. Said, honey, who's that? Well, I'll get it. Hello, it's Paul McCartney. I like to do a, I like to do a song with you. I like the song "Take Me Away." You want to do that one?
I'd say, sorry, Paul, we're having a family moment here. A very good Paul McCartney impression, by the way.
Yeah, I do it all the time. Yeah, you can't say no to that.
Yeah, no, I'd probably say, yeah, give me 5 minutes, Paul. I'll just yeah, I'll just
Um,
pack my bag.
yeah. Well, come to think of it, who would you want? Who would you like to do a collab with? And you can't say Paul McCartney, of course.
I would maybe David Gray.
Oh yeah.
But I was trying to reach out to him before the gig he did locally, and I couldn't get a hold
Really?
of him. I
Oh
wanted
my
to do a
goodness.
support slot for him, but
Wow.
so maybe I've gone off that idea now.
You never
I
know.
love completely different, and they don't play anymore. But Daft Punk, I
Oh, I remember them. Yeah. Hmm.
love Daft Punk. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's not really my genre. But yeah, Lady Gaga, I love
Mhm.
Lady Gaga. Yeah, I'd do a duet with Lady Gaga, but I'd have to, like, Susan, the security guard, would have to be there.
So, okay, is there a genre you don't like jazz or?
um, not really. I think if you like a song, you like a song. Don't not like a song because it's a genre. I like metal. I like, yeah.
Mm,
If it's a good song, it's a good song.
wow.
What
Okay.
about yourself? What's your
Oh,
favorite genre?
my favorite genre obviously is opera. I love
Yeah,
opera. Yep.
I love opera myself as well.
And if I could sing or collab with anybody, it'd be like Josh Groban, or maybe do a duet with Taylor Swift,
Yeah,
or But my voice has to match because I'm a singer as well, and
yeah.
a tenor. So I would love to. Uh, yeah,
I'm
it's like
not into opera as much as you, but I mean, I know like Pavarotti and Andre Bocelli, and it's a
yeah, me too.
bit of a tradition in the house. So me and my wife, we work a lot. We work in our day jobs. We work 6 days a week. So on
Wow.
Sunday, we make a breakfast together in the kitchen, and I'll
Oh,
have Andre Bocelli on, and I'll have Pavarotti on,
that's
and
awesome.
yeah, I start singing it, and then it wakes JC up, and yeah,
Could you?
time.
Oh, okay. Come on, everyone. Okay, listen, we got an opera singer here, Andy Carr.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on, let's go. And you have to speak in an English accent too.
yeah. Well, maybe we could do a duet then.
Yeah, we could actually. Um, that's a great family time. I really love that. That's all.
Yeah,
Join
yeah.
us.
We're there frying in the kitchen, and we have 2 dogs as well. So the dogs are there.
That'd be like, where's my eggs? They're coming soon.
Yeah.
Your daughter's like, I
I
want
do the
more
high part. Yeah,
milk. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's a great line. You are the rhythm my heartbeat follows. I love it, Andy. I love it. So what's your okay? I'm probably figuring out this answer already, but what's your go-to guitar for songwriting?
I
Fender,
normally,
a Martin, Taylor, Sadowski?
I used to have a Martin. So I've been playing for years. I'm 40 now, and I started when I was, I don't know,
Oh,
11. But I did have a Martin at one point. And the first time I started trying to become a musician, I gave it away in a competition.
oh,
There's a picture of the Martin somewhere, and are you familiar with Dennis the Menace?
I know Dennis. You mean the cartoon?
The cartoon, yeah.
Yeah,
So I
yeah, yeah.
covered the Martin with Dennis the Menace. It took me days. I'll have to find a photo for you. It's on my Facebook
Really?
somewhere. I covered it in these comics, and then I gave it away as in a competition, and I regret it now. But I would love to have a Martin. So the main I've got a freshman here. It's only a cheap guitar, but it's a jumbo. It has a lovely sound to it. But I normally have this in a different tuning. I've just put it in standard tuning now, but I had it in an open tuning, which is something new that I hadn't done before. But yeah, my other guitar is a fairly cheap guitar, and then I've got a bass guitar that my wife bought me for my 40th birthday. But I have got several guitars. But yeah, I would love to have a Martin. The Martin I had was beautiful.
Am I under the impression, Andy, that you usually play the song with the guitar that you wrote the song in?
Yeah, I mainly use two guitars.
Oh, okay.
Then I have another guitar in a different tuning called. Have you heard of Nashville tuning?
No.
So
Tell me
the last
more.
time I went to a studio, they introduced me to Nashville tuning. So it's the same tuning as a guitar, but the strings are different gauges. So if
Mm.
you play two guitars, it's like playing a 12 string.
Oh,
Gives the
wow.
same effect. So I have that guitar as well. But yeah, I mainly use two guitars. So I would love to have a massive collection of guitars.
Like you play and perform usually what in bars or diners or places like that?
Yeah, yeah, mainly, yeah.
Our
I've
acoustic,
ran a lot of open mic nights over the years, but yeah, mainly I've got a gig tomorrow night. So
our
where I live, Llanrwst will have its local rural show. So like
Van Roost.
showing
I love that. Van
horses.
Roost.
You say that beautifully.
Llanrwst. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be a rural show with sheep and cows and horses. But then in the local club, I'm playing a gig in the evening, and you won't be able to move there.
So are acoustics important to you, Andy? Like when you walk into a venue, do you go, "Yep, this is the place we should play"?
Yeah, yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I do that. Yeah,
So you have good ears then.
yeah. I guess yeah. But like I say, I'm a lyrics man. But yeah, I love to play guitar, and I can play finger picking style, and I play the blues. I play I play all
You
sorts.
you feel that playing a bass and a regular acoustic guitar, what would you rather? If you could only play the rest of your life with one guitar, would it be a bass, electric bass guitar, or would it be just an acoustic guitar? Which one you
It
feel
would
that you're better?
it would be an acoustic guitar. I can play
Mm.
electric guitar as well, but I think acoustic guitar is a beautiful instrument. Probably a lot of rock songs are written on an acoustic guitar, and the beauty of it, it's so portable. So like it's classic. Play it around a campfire. You pass it to the next person, and yeah, you put it on your back. And a lot of people can play guitar as well, so it has got that social. Yeah, acoustic guitar. I think yeah, you can't beat it. I started on electric, and when I went traveling, I missed my guitar. I bought an acoustic guitar. I've still got that guitar to this day as well.
Does your family follow you everywhere you play, or is it just I'm going to the venue now? I'll be playing. I'll be back in 3 hours.
Yeah, no. Susan hasn't missed a gig,
Hmm.
and yeah, Jay, yeah. Some of the kids have been to some of the gigs and the festivals. But yeah, Susan doesn't miss a gig, and
Nice.
then my mum lives 3 hours away, and yeah, she's not seen a gig for about a year. But yeah, my mum. So Susan's my number one fan, and number two is my mum.
So, do you have to fill out a contract before you play at a venue? How do you get paid?
I've never filled out a contract, though I haven't been paid for one gig, so maybe I should look into
Oh, wow.
contracts. But yeah, just trust. I guess when hopefully the gigs will get larger, and then I'll have a manager then.
Do you take requests, or is it only just your own songs you play?
I'll take. Oh yeah, I I know a lot of covers as well. So the gig tomorrow evening, like I say, you won't be able to move. Like it's such a busy evening in our little town. So I will probably mainly do covers, and that everybody knows, and then they can do the singing, and then I'll just sing quietly.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
I know
Wow.
a lot of covers. So I used to. You see these musicians with the iPads now and stuff. When I
Yeah.
first started out, I had all like photocopies of music on a stand, and then I got offered a residency in a restaurant. It was every Friday, every Saturday night, but I had to move around the tables.
Mm.
So I just practiced and practiced and learned a load of songs. And then I've never had music in front of me again, which I think personally, it looks more professional when you're on stage. But yeah, by having that residency, it made me move away from the music in front of me. But I know, yeah, a bit like a jukebox. I know a lot of cover versions.
What if they ask you to play a song you don't know? What do you do?
I'll play one I know.
That's so fair. I'm not for coming
Yeah,
back
I,
there.
I could give it a go, but yeah, you get a lot of you have to deal with a lot of drunken audience members.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
I just get drunk with them, and
Do they give you free drinks and free food for your
oh
family?
yeah. I don't
Nice.
have a contract, but there's always a little yeah.
That's awesome. So, how do
Yeah.
you stay creatively motivated, Andy?
It's hard. Do have some dry spells, but I think by writing down, if a word comes, lyrics, or it could be a line, or it could be something I hear in a film, or like I say, in work, it happens a lot. And I work as a scaffolder, so so it's not always the best trying to get my phone when I'm hanging off a chimney. But yeah, I've not had recently. I'm just writing a lot. With work and with social media takes up a lot of time. Um, Sometimes it's just hard to fit the time in to finish a song off. But I'm being very creative at the moment. But I did have I had about a 10-year gap when I didn't do a gig.
Mm.
I didn't touch my guitar.
No.
This makes me feel very old now by having a 10-year gap. But I think I wasn't in the right frame of mind, and it might come back to the relationship that wasn't the best relationship. And now Susan's behind me,
Mm.
completely, and she's like my muse as well. So yeah, inspiration's coming a lot at the moment.
Wow, that's amazing.
But yeah, I had a 10-year writer block. But apart from that little blemish, we're fine now.
Yeah, well, I know that you played at venues. So, what's your dream venue you'd like to perform at?
Oh, possibly Glastonbury. It is Glastonbury. It's the first day today. It's maybe next year, or I'll have another 10-year break. But no, I think Glastonbury would be amazing.
Mhm.
Or I don't know. Yeah, Glastonbury or Wembley, but I'd probably just be on the bass in a band because I get very nervous, incredibly nervous before I get on stage. I'm sure everybody does. But I think particularly when it's just one person, one guitar, you've got to be quite brave just to stand on that stage, and you can't hide behind anything. But yeah, probably Glastonbury.
Wow. So, what do you think is the most challenging part of being an independent artist?
Apart from what I've just said, probably just getting yourself heard. So it's the social media is brilliant, and with Spotify, your music's just out there. It's available for people, but the amount of I'm getting quite a following on social media, but it doesn't happen by accident. I'm
Hmm.
putting hours and hours into this and building relationships, and but that's probably the hardest thing. If you're in a band, possibly there'd be four of you or five of you that were doing the same thing. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's probably the hardest thing.
Now, we were talking about you performing covers and knowing all these covers. What is the favorite cover that you like to perform live?
Okay, there's a few. I don't know if you'll know. Have you heard of a band called James?
I have actually. Yeah.
The
What was?
90s.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So one of their songs called "Sit Down." Oh, sit down. And
Hmm.
you just start playing it, and you know people will sing along, and
Hmm.
it's only got 3 chords, so that's that's perfect. Um, but apart from that, I like you've heard of the Verve, another
Oh
British
yeah, the
band.
Verve
Yeah,
definitely.
so
Yeah,
Richard
Richard
Ashcroft.
Ashcroft.
Oh, yeah, Richard Ashcroft. Going back to a previous question, probably a massive songwriting influence. But The Drugs Don't Work by Richard Ashcroft. It's an incredibly sad song. The lyrics, the chords, everything about it. But I love playing it, and it normally goes down well. People know the chorus, and so they're my main two. Losing My Religion, REM. That
Yeah,
one
yeah.
always goes down well.
That's me in the corner,
Yeah,
Andy Carr.
br-
That's me
brilliant
in the
song.
spot, Andy Carr. Spotlight. That's me. It's always Andy Carr.
It's a, it's about time REM got back together. They
Yeah,
must
Michael
be
Stipe.
10 years, over 10 years,
Yeah, what happened there? I don't know.
12 years or so.
I don't know.
Yeah, but they're
But
brilliant. Again,
you was
brilliant songwriters. And
mhm.
oh, what's the lead singer's name? I can't think now.
Michael
But
Stipe.
yeah, he had awful stage fright. I remember reading
Mm,
or seeing in the documentary,
mhm,
in some of the early gigs, he wouldn't even face the audience, and
mhm.
so
Yeah, there's a lot
and
of
he did okay.
yeah, a lot of musicians like that. For instance, Stuart Copeland playing the drums during time when Police were playing, and he
Yeah.
makes sure that the cymbals he were hiding Sting because he didn't like Sting or they didn't get along. I don't know if you know about that one.
Yeah. I think that yeah, they all had a big fallout, didn't they?
Yeah, and I
But
don't think
the
a little bit
Police,
of
but brilliant songwriters, brilliant.
yeah. So what about Tom York? Have you played any Tom York?
Tom York from Radiohead.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's only one, and I really struggle with it.
Ooh,
So I won't be playing it at the gig tomorrow.
mm.
High and Dry. I used to
That's a
play it
good
in a
one.
band,
That's
but
a great one.
hitting the note, very hard, very hard. So if I knew the audience would sing along, I could just mime the high bit and
Yeah,
let them do it. But yeah, again, massive Radiohead fan. Love them.
yeah. So okay, well then, what do you think of what like how do you balance your music with the rest of your life? Like how do you do that?
It's very difficult. As
Hmm.
I just being honest. As I said before, me and my wife, we both work 6 days a week. But it's hard in this day and age. You've got to pay all your bills and stuff, and then you've got to have a family balance as well. But yeah, it is very difficult. But I think having Susan as so much of a part of the team,
Hmm.
and Susan sang backing vocals on one song as well, and she wouldn't call herself a singer. But we were in the studio. I said, "You've got to sing. You've got to sing."
Oh, you use
But
autotune
yeah,
for that?
what was that? Sorry.
Did you use autotune for her?
No, no. I said, I said, we'll just use the auto tune on myself, and then it makes me look a little bit better.
I
But
like
it
that.
is no,
Ring.
yeah, it is. It's a family.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's part of the family, and yeah, we have family time, and we've yeah. Apart from gigging, we don't really go out much, so I'm in the house, and they probably wish I did go out more, but yeah, it is hard to get a balance right, but I guess it is
Hmm.
in every profession, and but yeah,
Yeah.
it just takes up a lot of time, especially with working 6 days a week as well.
Yeah, talking about autotune. So, okay, I'm gonna ask you this, and I gotten so many different answers, and the AI and music generated and AI generated music. What do you think of that?
Um, I've used AI for doing posters and things like that because I don't have the time to do it. But with AI with music, I would say I know a few. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. No, I
Hmm.
would say it's not. I will never use AI in music,
Mm.
because AI it's got a brain, but it hasn't really got it's not got any soul, has it? Oh,
It's not
oh,
sentient.
I'll just write that down. But yeah, I know a lot of people do, and for people who possibly don't play an instrument and they've got some words and they want to put it to music and
Hmm.
they don't know any musicians, then in that instant, I guess I can't see a problem with it. Like I was saying before with Spotify and social media, that it's there to be used, isn't it? But I would say I will never use it. But if somebody wants to use it, that's completely up to them. And
Hmm.
I can't see. And with my music, I'm not the best singer, but I always try and get emotion into whatever I sing.
Mhm.
So I'm conveying the message that I've written. And AI won't be able to. Well, we've seen Terminator, but uh,
Mhm.
but yeah, I don't think AI could have as much soul or passion or can convey these emotions as much as a person with their heart on the line could do. What what's your stance on AI?
Well, I heard that there are two music AI generation apps. One is like Suno Suno and Udio,
Yeah,
and apparently, like I heard two songs by Amy Winehouse, but it wasn't Amy Winehouse, but it sounded like her. And
yeah,
also, um, Paul McCartney and
yeah,
Ringo Starr
yeah. I love your Paul McCartney.
used AI to extract the vocals of John Lennon from the piano to
Yeah,
create that song Now and Then. So they did use AI.
yeah. Was that off an old demo?
Yeah, that they've been doing the
Yeah.
last 20, 30 years. So they called it the
So I
last
guess
Beatles
that,
song because all four of them are on
yeah,
it.
and that I guess the technology is good for that.
Yep.
Yeah,
But um,
it's
apparently there's copyright issues because apparently it grabs music or something from others, and now what they're doing that both Suno and Udio, you have to have every song fingerprinted now, so it has a fingerprinted thing out on it, so
yeah.
nobody can steal it and stuff. So let's hope that works. Um, is there, Andy? I'm going to ask you this question. Be honest with me. I think I know your
Okay,
answer.
yeah.
What
I've been honest so far.
is? Yeah. Is there a
Rude to
song
me.
you? Is there a song you wish you'd written?
Oh, all the time, all the time. Yeah. When I'm there scaffolding, like sweating, and I hear a song on the radio. I'm like, oh, why, why didn't I come up with those lyrics? Or um,
Yeah.
I get the Don Henley song that I said, "Boys of Summer." There's everything about that song, the hooks.
Mm,
I wish I'd written that song, but yeah, so many songs. Everlong by Foo
yeah.
Fighters,
Hmm.
particularly the acoustic version. Yeah, so many songs. Piano Man by Billy Joel.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
eclectic, right?
definitely
That's
wouldn't be
amazing.
scaffolding 6 days a week if I'd written that.
Wow. Yeah.
But
Okay.
massive Billy Joel fan. I've seen Billy Joel live.
Oh,
So that was,
nice.
as we said before, the Who. That was probably my dad got me into the Who. But then my mum took me to see Billy Joel, and she took me to see Elton John. So there's
Wow.
kind of two influences from two different sides.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Amazing. I like that. What do you think? What's your take on ACDC's Thunderstruck? Have you ever
L-
learned to play that?
Love ACDC. Love them. I think we were playing it the other day, just jamming. So my mate on have you seen those box drums? You sit on them. It's like a box you sit on. But there were two of us playing guitar, and yeah, we were playing that song. But ACDC, You Shook Me. Love
Wait.
that song. The lyrics are amazing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So Thunderstruck is easy. I thought it was Black Sabbath. I'm like, oh my god.
You
So
know,
it is
Thunderstruck is
ACDC.
AC/DC, yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, I
ACDC.
love them. I think they're best bands to come out of Australia.
Yeah.
And again, I like Savage Garden, who came from Australia, and they're completely, yeah, you couldn't be further apart.
Yeah, I used to like Savage Garden, and then I became a big Darren Hayes fan. I liked his song.
Yeah, because they only had 2 albums, didn't they? And then, yeah, he
Yeah,
did a lot of solo stuff.
yeah, I like that song "Insatiable." That was a good song.
Yeah, yeah.
Darren
But
Hayes was a good one.
beautifully written, produced songs, and yeah, like just
Yeah.
perfect pop. And yeah, I wish I'd written a few of their songs as well, to be fair.
So, Andy, what's the best advice you've received in your life about music?
Um, there's some advice I got given once, and it was about playing live. Because as I've said, I get very I've not sworn yet, have I? As well, I don't think so.
No,
I was going to swear then. Um, so
that's editing.
it saves you going and putting beeps in. Uh, so
Okay,
this was a
bad word
while ago.
editor. We don't need you today. Bye.
So this advice I had was one of my first solo gigs. I was
Mhm.
going up. I was nervous, and this person said to me, "Just look like you're having fun. It doesn't matter how scared you are, how you feel inside. You look like you're having fun, and then people will feed off that." And but yeah, so yeah, you're selling a story. You're selling a. If you don't look like you're having fun, the audience aren't going to have fun. And yeah, that was possibly the best advice I've had.
Oh, that's good. I like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. It's that or drink a lot before you get on stage.
And also, when you're doing venues and stuff, you always connect with your fans, and they come up to you and they kind of be friendly with you. It's not like I'm a musician. You can't touch me.
Yeah.
I'm famous.
Well, I do have my security, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
no,
what I
no,
mean.
it was
That's what I
always
mean.
I'll have a chat and stuff. Or I'll
Yeah.
be the one if I'm watching someone, I'll be the one going up and trying to talk to them, even
Mm.
if it's not while they're playing afterwards. But particularly if I'm playing at an open mic night, I'll always, if there's a young person playing, I'll always try and go and have a little chat with them, and they're like, "Who's this drunk person?" But just like encourage them, because that's when I was their age. That's what I would have liked, and yeah.
I don't want to ask this question, but I ask it. Mm. If you weren't a musician, what would you be doing?
Well, apart from scaffolding, but I've done so many different jobs. You would think I'm about 120 if I told you all the jobs I've done.
Oh wow!
Or why? What would I have
I thought I
wanted to be?
recognized you. Just kidding.
I did your drive. No.
Yeah, you did a terrible job.
Yeah,
Good thing you're a
yeah.
musician.
But I don't know. I guess I'd be doing what I'm doing now.
Mm.
Getting by, keeping a roof over our heads, but I'd always be playing the guitar. So obviously I'd love to. I don't even want to be famous. I want to be a songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
I love writing songs, and with my nerves on stage, it would be perfect if I could write songs professionally and somebody else plays them, and then I just get all the money. But
Exactly.
yeah, I would just be doing the same. I'd be writing songs, and writing songs is you express yourself, and it's probably cheaper than therapy. You could you could probably say
Well, you
things
have
in a
your wife there
song.
for that.
I could say things in a song that I would never in 1,000 years say to someone, like say to you now, or to
Mhm.
anyone, but put a few chords behind it and then put it out there for everybody to see. I can do that, but I probably couldn't convey the message I'm trying to put into a song
Mhm.
in a conversation with someone. So I have to keep writing the songs.
Yeah, that reminds me of
I
Dan
guess is that
Reynolds. Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons. He wrote a song called "Wrecked."
Yeah,
That was from emotional pain from deep down in his soul because his brother's wife, Alicia, he was close to her. She died of cancer, so he wrote that song for her.
yeah,
Wrecked. It's a great
yeah,
song.
and sometimes you have to, yeah, to
Yeah.
process. It's, I
Mhm.
guess, a musician's mind has got to be. You've got to be
Oh
slightly
yeah.
strange
Oh yeah.
to stand on stage
Yeah,
with a
and
guitar in front of thousands of people.
yeah, and you know Boss Skaggs is a song called Sierra. He wrote that from deep down in his pain too. But
Yeah,
a friend
but I
of
think,
his,
yeah, and from the sadness can come. It's, yeah, and sorry to change slightly, but my mum was saying the other day. So I've already said my mum's my number 2 fan. But she said the other day, she said, "Oh, your songs, they're all very quite sad, aren't they?" And I said, "Well, Adele, you know Adele, Adele." I said, "But she's done quite well out of sad songs, so yeah."
that's true.
But
Well,
I guess you can't force a song.
yeah.
Say somebody says that, and right, I'm going to write a happy song, and it might just sound so forced and fake. But if a happy song comes to you, then just go
Yeah.
with it, go with the flow, and
Yeah, you're very interesting. I'm really glad I'm talking to you today. All right, I just have two more questions, but I thought I'd add this one in.
yeah.
Can you describe your music in a flavor or color?
Okay. This sounds like a team building exercise.
Yeah.
A flavor, okay. Um, I would say the flavor would be kind of Singapore, um, but with a little bit of hoisin.
Mm.
So it's spicy, it's cutting, it's to the point, and oh no, I've not thought it through. No, and a bit salty. I've thought of another lyric that I like as well, and it's in a song that's not released yet. It's called "Settle No Score," and it's about arguments. And this line, it's a pre-chorus. It says, "Go ahead and talk. I'm not listening no more. I
Mm.
don't need your excuses. I won't settle no score."
Mm.
It's another, yeah. So maybe that's the salty part. And the color.
But be
Um,
careful. Hold on. So I don't know if you should look up the group Bad Mary.
yeah.
You've
I
Yep.
don't think I've heard of them.
Yeah. So you have Mike and Amanda who are married. So and her father plays the drums in this band. When I asked them this question, they said it was magenta and black. So what would your
Okay.
color be?
Oh, do I have two colors?
If you want, sure. Let's do it.
Okay. Um, okay, green. Susan's favorite color is green, and she's got green eyes. And I've written about her green eyes in the song, but that's not been released either. Try and think of the lyrics there. I wear black a lot. I know this is navy, but black, that was Johnny Cash's color.
Yes, Johnny
Um,
Cash, Man in
yeah,
Black. Yeah.
I'd say green and red, complete opposites. And red
Wow.
is the Welsh color.
Amazing. That is great. I love that.
So the
So final
green
question.
eyes,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's right. Yeah.
So I just thought of it. I've not recorded
Mhm.
the song yet, but it
Okay.
says, "I see those green eyes, and each time I can't deny the way I'm feeling when you're standing by my side." And that song's
Mm.
called "Hold Me Close."
I love
It'll
that
be
one.
released soon when I
Yeah, let
record
me
it.
know because I want to put all these tunes. I link them in the description when I release your episode. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you.
So final question would be I know that I asked you what sort of advice that you had taken. What sort of advice would you give to an up and coming um, Andy Carr
Uh,
or Andrea Carr?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I would say, never give up.
Hmm.
Like I do. If a word comes to you, a lyric, anything, write it down. That might never come to you again. No matter
Hmm.
what you're doing, get that written down or voice voice note or whatever
Mhm.
these youngsters do now. But yeah, never give up, because I had 10 years off. Yeah, 2 bits of advice: never give up. If some inspiration comes to you, write it down straight away, because yeah, that might never come again.
I love that. Okay, everyone. So everything will be linked down in the description, including new song memories. Link to Spotify, his new single that just came out. And as you mentioned, the picture on it is actually him of a little boy sitting at a piano, which is,
That's me.
yeah, that's what this that you said that the
Oh
picture on
yeah,
memories. Yeah,
yeah. That's the picture of me.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So we'll have that linked with the
brilliant.
description and everything. So and make sure you like, follow, and love a lot of and share his music. Thank you, Andy, so much for being on the podcast. Really appreciate it.
No,
Um,
thank you so much.
you're
It's
very
been
welcome.
great chatting to you.
Me too. I love it. Like
Yeah,
you're such a cool guy. I love joking with you. It's amazing. Made me feel so
yeah.
comfortable.
No,
Okay,
brilliant,
everyone. I'm
mate.
gonna end the stream. Wait right there, Andy. Okay, bye, everyone.
See you later. Take care,
Bye.
guys.